Good to see all of you. I'm deciding to play an Otome called Cinderella Phenomenon. I have played this already, as you can see, with Claws, and I forget the other character. But as you can see, I'm playing it. So here we go. We're gonna start from new, fun. No, because I remember how to play it. Once upon a time in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. I gotta read it in a dramatic voice. One was the crystallum. I can't pronounce that. I'm gonna call it Lucis. Protected by the ruler of the fairies. The other was just yeah. The other was the crystallum tenebrarum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. The Lucis was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The I hate this. The tenebrarum by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was a usual reward. The fairy tales spread further than could have been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted like animals. The witch hunt. The high leaders of the witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucis bearer, sought to regain peace. But the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans, who were responsible for the witch genocide. Can't read. This is a reading contest. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the tenebrarum bearer, the high leader of the witches, was finally defeated. Oh my god, they're making this a reading challenge now. Curse this. The tenebrarum was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return. Contract. Sign here. We're gonna call her let's see. Let's call her Genevieve. Prologue. The princess. My name is Genevieve Ryle Britton, daughter of the King Jaron Britton III. I am the crown princess of the kingdom of... Oh my god. Evangel. I hate this. At least that was who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Oh, by the way, I skipped the entire intro to where she gets cursed, I think. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now, I am nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm struck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out like any other day. Oh god.
I guess I didn't skip it. Have you heard? Another person was cursed!
I am on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again.
That's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful.
You know what else grows longer? Yep, I'm gonna stay away from that.
You know what? More and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated.
You two were hired to work, not talk.
We're sorry, Your Highness.
My god, kill me with these voices, am I right? As can only be expected from the likes of them. Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Oh god. Angel would be better off without the dead weight. If it were up to Mother, the cursed would have been banished from Angel. I'm gonna call it Angel because I can't pronounce it any other way, and I hate Google Translate. That'll probably make it sound weird. The instant they fell prey to it. But Mother's not here anymore. She'll not ever. I can't read. She'll not come back. Ever. Dramatic much?
Princess? The king and queen...
God.
Princess? The king and queen...
Queen? Quang? The king and queen
are waiting in the dining hall.
I'm on my way. Gotta give annoying voices, am I right? The king, Ophelia, and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Oh yeah, Rod's the one boy. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Oh god. Get ready for my terrible voice acting, guys. Good morning, Genevieve. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Jevin. And gave her Genevieve, and I said Jean. I need to give her like a feminine voice. I'm not good at feminine. Good morning, Genevieve. Genevieve. Ophelia. Ophelia. Winsov. Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite me. Ooh, Rod. I can't pronounce this. Rod Benedict Wittensov, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual.
You got an interesting boy there, Genevieve. You're very conspicuous.
He is 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. Oh god. I'm gonna give him an emo voice. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with, but his older sister... My eyes go up to the empty seat beside him. She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time.
And here she is.
Good morning, dear father. Mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Genevieve. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it?
Oh my god, I'm just gonna call her Amelia, because I can't pronounce whatever this thing is right there. I'll try. Emelian Wooden Sub. I'm gonna call her Amelia. Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. She acts as if she acts as if we are blood, as if she too were born a princess. If she couldn't be crowned princess, perhaps steal my place. I'll never let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Amelia, you were reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you?
Oh yes, there are so many, and they are all so wonderful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought that was the father. Oh god.
Thank you so much, Father.
I'm happy that you like them.
I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with.
That is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned.
Why? They're so... Yeah. They're such charming stories.
Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Genevieve? The atmosphere shifts, the air in the room growing heavy. I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Have you any idea what you are talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over... And again, I can't. I'm gonna call it Angel because I can't. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone, and so I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Annagel after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about. Leave Mother out of this. Dear, please. Genevieve, darling, your father didn't mean to. I am not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Genevieve, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother.
She's not my mom.
I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I am done. Excuse me. My father and I have never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king, has been 17 years and I have never felt any love from him. He treats Emilia and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children. Better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here.
Why the sour face so early in the morning, Princess?
Baby boy. They're all cute.
Let me guess, it's the king, the queen, or Princess Amelia? Or is it all of them?
I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you going? Yeah, but going? It's doing. What are you doing here so early?
I'm running some errands for my father.
Fitzgerald Aiden Leverton. Son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. His father, Sir Alacaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alacaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors.
I can't breathe.
3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room then.
Thank you. Princess.
Yes?
You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you.
Why is that of any importance?
Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess.
Huh.
Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10.
10?
Don't tell me you've forgotten.
Forgotten what?
You're going to town today, remember?
I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It has been 2 days since the king issued the order.
Genevieve, I would like you to accompany Amelia on one of her town outings.
Surely you could send maids with her instead.
I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to keep...
I can't speak.
I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister.
Stepsister. She is your sister and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood.
2 days from now you are going to accompany Amelia outside. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room.
Annigel. I'm gonna just keep butchering this name because I can't pronounce it.
Annigel was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory.
I want you to see how beautiful Annigel really is.
Genevieve, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Amelia, and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows.
Ugh. Is that in order?
If it needs to be. Are we clear? Genevieve?
Understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago, when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here.
Princess, are you alright?
Ugh.
It wouldn't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people.
How can you be so sure?
Times have changed. People change.
That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end.
Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later.
I gave the king and Fritz the same voice. Delora, do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? There's no voice. I shouldn't try and do the voice.
Damn it, I missed that one. Back.
I wish you could talk to me, you and the others. My dolls are my only friends. They are the only ones I can trust. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic. It was almost as if she was breathing. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. I only started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations, but every year at midnight a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I've been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. The card with the words, "I love you," on it, signed by M. The card would tell me to keep those celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared, in her own way. Secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes.
Excuse me, Your Highness. The king has requested your presence.
This better not be another lecture. Tell him I am on my way.
Right away, princess.
I will see you later, Delora.
Oh. Good morning, Your Highness.
Yeah, I can't. Sir Mithras. Sir Mithras, the royal advisor. Father trusts him a great deal, just like he does Sir Alacaster.
Every day you look more and more like your mother.
I sometimes find Sir Mithras talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There's something about him that puts me on edge.
Are you on your way to see the king?
I shall not keep you then.
Until our next meeting, dear princess.
Ugh.
She's such an angry teen.
Your Majesty. Genevieve?
Are you ready? You will enjoy this, Genevieve. I've heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Anningale, about our subjects.
I will not learn anything I do not already know.
Why do you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good?
Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature.
You do not see clearly, Genevieve. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are.
I believe I am already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I have seen that there is no good in you.
No. Genevieve,
Where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then I had been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe then he would have shown me love and compassion, even just a hug to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months, had barely even heard of his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty.
I know that I've hurt you. I know that there is nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated.
In the end, they still matter more to him than I ever did.
Genevieve,
Enough. I have already said I will go.
Everyone is waiting outside.
I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years.
Genevieve, it'll be okay.
How can you be so sure?
Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emilia.
I would not disobey an order from the king. Excuse me.
Oh, my throat. Hello, how can I help?
Oh, Viorica.
Viorica. Princess Emilia, how good to see you.
I trail Emilia, ignoring her as she embraces her friend. I glance around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. I cannot understand why Amelia insisted she buy gifts for her friends here. Ugh. I can't believe I am outside the palace.
There's no need to be so tense, Princess. I would never let anything happen to you. And by anything, I mean anything. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself.
You ask the impossible of me.
Ugh. There is no need to be formal, Viorica. I'm still the same as I was. Oh yes, Rod's come along as well.
Oh god, Jesus.
It's been a while, Viorica.
I'm gonna give him a drunk little boy voice.
It's good to see you again too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness the Crown Princess Genevieve.
The look on Viorica's face as she takes a step back from me is all too familiar. Fear.
My apologies for being so rude, Your Highness. Good morning.
Ugh.
And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Sir Alacaster's son. It is a pleasure to meet you, my lady.
Oh, you're Sir Fitzgerald. You really are as handsome as Amelia described in her letters.
I'm sorry? Please don't mind her, Sir Fitzgerald.
I'm just gonna call him Fritz, like Sir Fritz. I cannot keep saying his last name. Ugh.
I'm sorry, Amelia.
Right.
So, what brings you all the way here? Oh, I'm here to get some toys. Gifts for some new friends.
Toys from here? Are you sure?
Of course I am.
I cross my arms. I would prefer we finish this errand as quickly as possible.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness.
Ugh. Princess? I can barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace.
Ooh, baby boy!
He's amazing. I love this character. I played his route. He's amazing. Oh god, I gotta do feminine voice because this is his female version.
Good morning.
Up until this point, I had always considered Mother to be the fairest beauty in the land. If you can guess by fairest and the roses, you'll know for certain what his curse is. The lady that walks in proves me wrong. Her beauty is mesmerizing and clearly without peer. Everyone in the shop is openly staring.
Oh, you're early today, ma'am. I have some important errands to run later today. Are the items ready now? Oh, of course. Let me go and fetch them for you. I'll just be one moment, Amelia.
Why is she smiling at me?
Here you are, ma'am. Thank you.
I can't. He's an old man. I cannot.
That lady was beautiful. Right.
Any girl standing next to her becomes hopelessly ugly by comparison.
Who is she?
She's new around town. Some say that she's a fairy. A fairy? I hate switching between voices, so I'm gonna talk in my normal voice for Genevieve. Fairies had saved Angel from the witches 4 years ago. Everyone considered them our saviors. And yet the fairies are still unable to stop the fairy tale curse from spreading.
Here you go.
Can we account on the fact there's Cinderella, Belle, I'm gonna say Tiana, but it's probably wrong, Rapunzel in the background, Snow White, I think that's Ariel, and one of these has to be Sleeping Beauty, other known as Aurora, because those are like the little fairies that transformed, like, took care of her.
Thank you so much. No, thank you, Viorica. I hope to drop by again soon. Good. I look forward to seeing you again. I hope to see you again soon as well, Rod.
Likewise. Leaving the palace was a bad idea. While I am out, I am the center of attention. Some townsfolk point and stare at me. Most, however, make a point of avoiding me. Like I am the plague. There are some spiteful stares, but thankfully none are nearly as intense as they were 4 years ago. Ugh.
I'm sure the townsfolk are only surprised to see you again after so many years.
Right. Fritz and Rod lag behind us, which leaves only Amelia walking beside me. I cannot decide which is worse, staring or her company.
Oh, Genevieve, look, a street performance. It's been so long since I last watched one.
Street performance? Ugh, I want to do the route for this boy. I think it's Waltz. His name's Waltz.
Good day, everyone. My name is Waltz, and I am here to spread some happiness and magic.
The boy named Waltz snaps his fingers, and colorful flower petals start to rain down from the sky.
Isn't that pretty, Genevieve? And are those the princesses over there? It is an honor to have you in attendance. Please accept this humble gift.
He snaps his fingers and white lilies appear in his hand.
It's so pretty. Oh, thank you.
The boy looks at me, as if expecting some kind of reaction. When he gets nothing from me, he sighs and gives me a wry smile.
I hope to see you again during my next show. We'll definitely try.
I keep giving them British accents. He gracefully bows before moving back into his area to perform more magic tricks for a gathering crowd. Why did I say that as a question?
There are performers like this all around. Annabelle, I love them. Maybe someday we'll get to see some musicians too. Those are my favorite.
I do not intend to leave the palace again.
But you don't like it out here? Brad and I grew up here. I love Annabelle, and this is my favorite part of the kingdom.
Ugh.
I wanted to share this with you, Genevieve. I know you didn't really want to come, but you still tagged along. That means a lot to me, so thank you.
I did not do this for you. I am only here because the king ordered me to go with you.
I just want us to be closer, Genevieve. I would like to try and be your friend.
I do not want or need your friendship. No matter how you act around me, we are not and will never be sisters. I'd take care to remember that if I were you.
But
Rod suddenly grabs my hand, pulling me away from Amelia. Stop. He is staring daggers at me. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him angry.
Rod, don't.
Let me go. Ugh. Both of you ought to stay away from me. I feel the heavy atmosphere as I turn to look at the people staring at us. Their expressions mirrored the looks of disdain I saw years ago. Anger, disgust, hatred. I begin to walk away.
Princess, wait!
Don't follow me.
Princess!
I can't read, dear God darn it. I adjust my cloak, making sure my face is hidden from view. I never should have left the palace. As I walk around, I watch the people bumbling down the streets, so carefree. They work so hard, so little reward. They could work their entire lives and never have a fraction of what I have. And yet, they are happy. And I
heard Anise lost her job at the palace.
It's true. Crown Princess Genevieve made sure the poor girl was fired. I stop in my tracks at the mention of my name.
Not again.
Anise? Was that the name of that one maid that tore Dolores' dress? If so, my decision to fire her was justified. A palace maid cannot be clumsy. Why should I tolerate poor performance? What did I do that was so wrong?
I know that Annie's hard-working and big-hearted, very good with medicine. Shame she lost her job so quickly. You know how hard the crown princess is to please. My friend at the palace says she doesn't even smile, only goes around with a cold look on her face. Oh, yeah, that's probably why they call her the Ice Princess.
Ice Princess? So all those times I heard the servants saying that, I'd always suspected they were talking about me.
She's the complete opposite of our Princess Emilia. Can't speak.
The child's an angel. We all know she should be crown princess. Annoyance begins to simmer inside me. I cannot stand hearing anymore, so I walk away. Ever since Amelia entered my life, I am always being compared to her. Now I become second best. I am Genevieve Riella, Britain, daughter of King Gennaro Britain III, and the crown prince is the king of Anningel. I am of royal blood. She is nothing.
There you are. Princess, you must come back with me. It is getting too late for you to remain outside. Princess, are you alright? Are you hurt?
I brush him off and turn away. No need to fuss. Let us return to the palace.
My throat!
Leaving the palace was physically and mentally draining. My bed is welcoming to my unusually heavy body. I turn my head and meet Dolores' glassy gaze from where she sits on my shelf. I left the palace today, Delora. It was the same as all those years ago. Everyone looked at me like I was... What have I ever done to deserve those looks? How could I be so hated? Ice Princess. I wish Mother was here. I look at the smiling faces of my dolls. At least I still have all of you. I yawn and stretch my arms. Good night, Delora.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Hang on. I need to sneeze. Oh, I'm so close. Singing? But who?
Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I blink my eyes open only to see Dolores sitting right in front of me on my bed. Moonlight spills across her delicate features. How I wonder what you are. Wasn't she on the shelf with all the other dolls when I went to bed? Laura? It's almost time. I pinch my cheeks to make sure I'm not dreaming. It hurts. Only 10 minutes before the clock strikes 12. I hope you're ready, princess. What? My doll just turned into a human. How? Who are you? You know who I am. I've been watching you since the day your father gave me to you. What is happening? I don't think I've ever been so confused in my life. All the answers will come with time, but right now I'm here to give you something, princess. Haha, magic. Is this Cinderella's very own glass slipper? It is, I thought that was her line. It is beautiful. Too beautiful. Then a realization begins to dawn upon me. You're a witch. Smart girl. I knew you'd figure that out eventually. Now it's time to say goodbye to your precious crown. What?
Ding dong!
Sweet dreams, Cinderella.
Hey! Wake up, girl.
Where am... Ow, my head.
You have some nerve sleeping in front of my shop.
Leave before a customer sees you. I was in my room. How am I here?
Did you not hear what I said, you filthy child? Filthy?
You would speak to your crown princess in such a manner?
If you're the crown princess, then I'm the queen.
You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand delusions. I'm not delusional. I'm Genevieve Raella Britain, blood daughter of King Gennaro Britain III, and the crown princess of Anningel.
Right, the king never had a daughter with that witch.
Is she referring to Mother?
Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl.
I can only stare at her, puzzled.
Our good king only has stepchildren, Princess Emilia and Prince Rod. And you are most definitely neither of them.
What?
Now get gone before you go spouting your crazy gibberish at my customers and scare them away.
With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I am wearing tattered clothes and that I do not even have shoes on. No. 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 This cannot be happening. Something shines against my chest and I reach up to grab it. It all floods back. Delora being a witch. Cinderella's glass supper. This is not a dream. Delora gave me the fairy tale curse. My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king.
I wouldn't do that.
Let me in. Sorry, girl, but this place is off limits to uninvited guests. You do not understand. I am Crown Princess Genevieve Raella Britain. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I am addressing him by title.
You best leave him now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you.
If you would only... Now make way for the king. The gates swing open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses while the last horse has a different familiar rider. Father! I immediately move to block the path of his horse. The soldiers move to hold me back. Your Majesty.
What is it?
Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter.
Daughter? Both of my stepchildren are in the palace right now.
What? Even Father is a part of this? Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me.
Tell me, where's your family, child? Why are you all alone?
He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He's looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. I recoil.
Sorry that took so long.
You must be hungry. Take this.
Money!
This should feed you and your family for a day or 2. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. I do not want your pity, Father.
Please escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely.
At once, Your Majesty.
Which is my father
And his 2 guards ride away on their horses, leaving me to stand in their dust. He left me alone. Again.
Where's your home, girl?
There's nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me.
Now look here.
Our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself, can't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl. I watch with bleary eyes as the soldiers return to the palace. How can this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I am nothing more than a piece of garbage, or the fact that my own father does not recognize me.
Look at that girl's hideous dress.
How difficult is it to be poor? I clutch the pouch closer to my chest as I run to an empty alley. I huddle in a corner, trying to become as small as possible. I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping that when I next open them, everything will be back to normal. I'm gonna stop right there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.